bad news about your Christmas present.
Hello, Internet! It is I, your host of your family-friendly podcast that everyone loves.
No one loves this.
Since when are we family friendly?
I don't know. I feel like if we tell everyone we're family-friendly, there's no way anyone can, tell us otherwise. Right? That's how that works.
I mean, the cursing.
The fuck you talking about?
I mean, I'll sit here and tell you that this podcast is not family friendly if you want.
No, this podcast is absolutely family-friendly.
For
we
family
aren't.
18 and up, sure.
If your family's 18 and up. I mean, that is
The
a
majority of families
family.
are.
I'm not wrong.
I mean, look at the normal family. You have the parents and the kids. So one person is under 18. Unless it's a teen pregnancy.
Let me fix the derail count number thing. Let's move that over a bit.
Right, beginning with one derail count.
All right.
Okay. I mean, technically, does it count as a derail if we haven't?
Well,
really
it's a
done
sin. It's technically a sin counter. Technically. Anyway, so everyone, here you go. The fic we are covering is found in the Discord down below. And as a reminder, per Twitch guidelines, you cannot contact or otherwise initiate communications with any of the people featured in the podcast. So, with that out of the way, let us begin.
Oh, Pedro, that's a terrible. No, you have terrible.
Right?
I mean, it isn't even the same podcast every time. Different people every single time. You had Jorp in this now.
Yeah, I've had Jorp on here before as well.
So we've already hit the big leagues.
Let's see.
Fan affliction. We should steal that from Jorp. We need to steal that term.
All right, we're stealing that from Jorp then.
Yes.
Hooray! Blatant theft.
Apparently, according to Isley, we are the most family-friendly show she watches.
What else does Isley watch?
This
okay,
is
but Isley
do you
is.
read the chat? Do you ever read, like, the Discord when Isley starts talking, sir?
I mean, there's a reason why she was granted the name Magically Disturbing Isley-chan.
If she had a magical girl transformation, it would just be into a stripper.
No, an eldritch stripper. Clearly, because she worships Cthulhu.
Of course.
Of course, we must not forget the details.
Alright, so today's story is Gun Bunny. It's a worm story. Are you ready? Are you ready for this summary?
Hang on. Before that, are you missing an apostrophe and a word in the sin count?
I don't know. Probably.
Well, it can't
work.
It's kind of worse, right?
And the best part is using can't as in like a horse canting.
Yes.
Which is an odd little run they do. Good job, Sneaky.
That's like the show business run type thing.
Gun Bunny. Taylor got different power. And a different outlook. This was my Plot Bunny file, but I write in it occasionally. It may continue past the first 5 chapters, but it will be hit or miss at best. Updates weekly for the first 5. Now, this story has 389 favorites. I want you all to keep that in mind as we read it.
Oh, God.
Why are we having waifu discussions about the Eldritch gods?
Because they're all waifus.
People say shit. Hulking, rusty skeletons of Boat Graveyard.
What? No, I'm looking at this. Apart from leaving out the word "the," he has read that correctly.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Ships that were too deep draft to get out of the harbor after a bunch of drunken, enraged, socialist fucks sunk an offloaded oil tanker that had been in the bay for minor repairs, across the mouth of the bay. It had been cheaper to unload them and abandon them than dig a new channel or clear the old one. So that is what the insurance companies did.
Companies.
Yes.
Oh, they emptied them of goods,
course.
oil, parts, and anything that could be scrapped, and left the hollowed-out hulks.
Wait, is this a rant about capitalism? Oh, it is a rant about capitalism.
Yay.
Oh, lovely. We got one of the lefties in here, I see.
Most ships came to America bringing raw material, well oil, some expensive shit they didn't have, cheap finished goods, and leaving most empty back in the days of the riots. Maybe the bulk cargo carriers didn't, but the rest? Question mark. What?
I don't
Yeah,
think this
I'm
person
just as
understands
confused.
how American economics work.
I don't think this person understands how sentence structure works.
Orange man bad.
A little high-end cargo, or maybe like steel rolls and structural steel, shipping on the East Coast was in a perilous decline at the time anyhow.
Do they understand how many luxury goods America imports? That's most of what we import.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
like brown.
We have moved, like, maybe if this was like post-World War II, we'd be importing raw materials, but that's no longer the case.
You know he's import everything.
we used to
You know,
import
you-
everything because there was a policy actually put in place around the time of World War II in which it said that we were actually going to use up the resources of other countries before we used our own.
Which is smart, may I point out.
Yes, because we had the economy to import from other countries, so we're like, fuck it, we're just not going to touch any of our resources.
Don't you guys have?
And it
gigantic-
works great!
We have the
Beneath the
world's
Alaska?
largest oil reserve, yeah.
Yeah, under Alaska, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have more oil money than oil money countries
Mhm.
after their oil dies out.
Yeah.
And considering they have no taxation almost, yeah, cheap oil is always good for everybody. Did you guys have an oil crisis in the middle?
No, it was a fake oil crisis basically.
Yeah, you refuse to use your own, and
Yeah,
some
it was
countries were like,
in
no.
one part us refusing to drill our own oil, but it was also environmentalists blocking the ability for us to drill our own oil, and it was also technologies at the time not capable of drilling of some of the other oil deposits we knew about but couldn't get to. It was a whole bunch of stuff, and then the media picked it up and ran with it, and we're like, oh my god, we're running out of oil. And it's
Yeah, and suddenly all the companies killed their V8 engine, beautiful little old cars, and we got the Mustang Silverback, or whatever the fuck it's called.
no racism, please, in this family-friendly podcast. Thank you, Jorp.
Hey, I'm brown. I can get away with it.
Anyway, so so we're off to a good start of 2 paragraphs of just like really esoteric rambling, that I'm not really sure like. Your first stuff is supposed to hook us in, and I got into this and I opened it up and I was like, is this a story or just someone's blog where they complained about capitalism? Because like,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Also, I do feel duty-bound to point out it's inaccurate rambling.
Yeah, inaccurate. Well, most rants about capitalism are inaccurate.
Because most people who hate capitalism don't understand capitalism. It's kind of the thing.
Yeah.
You know? They go like, yeah, big people make money, that bad. Not big people make jobs, that good.
Reminds me of that
You know
One
how I
American
go.
Family. Oh yeah, yeah. That was a thing. I remember that, Isley. Yep.
Oh, yeah, no, though, okay, look. That family had their kids taken away by child support.
Ah, yes. Child support.
Anyway. Everywhere, really. Period. It had been the transition from break bulk to intermodal freight. Hundred Steve doors, or one guy and a crane. It didn't take the Rain Man to do that math. And then the crews and their union. It was cheaper to register your vessels elsewhere and crew them with second or third world crews for slave wages.
The U.S. doesn't actually tolerate that.
Yeah.
I meant Child Protective Services. Piss off, Isley.
Oil, of course. But the super tankers hooked
Also,
up...
technically, child support can take your kid away if you don't pay it.
Yeah, that too.
Wait, this is a worm fic, right?
Yes, this is a worm fic.
I don't think they'd be too worried about ethics at that point of time.
No, well, you see, this person's a socialist.
Endbringers around. Oh wait, yeah, okay, that makes more sense. So this is just agenda fic.
But the super tankers hooked up to buoys miles offshore, and Brockton Bay didn't have refineries. Well, okay, I'm gonna be honest here. It's a little bit weird for supposedly the second Pirate Cove, or the second Boston, as Wildbow called it in his background information dump on Brockton Bay, to not have a refinery. This is the East Coast we're talking about here. Like, New Jersey does a majority of the refining, but it's like, you know, oil wouldn't be coming in to be refined in Brockton Bay if they didn't have refineries there, because that's how that works. Author. You clearly did no fucking research. In Brazil, we had a mother naming her kids that were born on the day of a little court bed, but in Portuguese.
What the fuck was that?
Oh, good old Brazil. Anyway,
Author does not understand.
no, they don't. Well, one old one that was on its last legs in the 70s or 80s. One? Okay.
One old one.
I don't think you know how bulk production works, Author. Anyway, powerful unions and an out-of-control bureaucracy drove the ships away. I think they might be ANCOM.
They might be. I mean, unionization, bringing down the government, all that stuff. It's all here.
Drove the ships away, taking the jobs aboard with them. I thought they were employing third world slave labor. Author, you're already being inconsistent in your third paragraph.
You're being inconsistent with your own bad logic.
And then, because of the declining number of jobs and stagnant wages, that's not how that works.
Stagnant wages that don't rise. Isn't that kind of okay as long as you have a
If jobs decline, the wages rise. Well, then again, if there is a surplus of people to work the jobs, the wages probably would stay stagnant. But
then again, you're talking about an economy with there's endbringers, which is...
well, I mean, not only that, you're also talking about an economy that it's union-based. And unions are notorious for being their members hard to fire. Especially in the Northeast. So, I mean, everyone's being fired, but also there was declining jobs and stagnant wages. Also, the unions were super strong. One of these things is not like the other. And then the riots. Then, next to no jobs and minimum wage if you were lucky. Isn't socialism grand?
Grandilism, so...
What?
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 Uh,
Isn't socialism grand? What part of everything you just said was socialist?
I think he's trying to be...
Maybe it's the part with the powerful unions and out-of-control bureaucracy? Is he a... I can't even tell what political ideology this is supposed to be talking from. Because first they were ranting... first they're ranting at capitalism, and now they're ranting at socialism, and it's just like... What?
What is the message being said?
I think he's just
What
an
do you-
anarchist. He just wants everything. He just,
He
hates
just wants
everything.
everything to. Well, no, because he's complaining about everything burning as well.
Oh. So the anarchy. I fucking don't know. Just make a term for it. and
I
we
don't
should
even
bring it into
know
popular use.
what's even going on anymore. It just I'm so
Well-
author.
It is what it is.
Still, and also the railroads would still be working, and I mean, if you have a shipping area, you're going to have railroads there, and it could still be used as a depot for the railroads. There really wouldn't be too much job loss besides just purely ship offloading dock workers, which, I mean, yes, would be a decent portion, but there's a lot more going on at a dock than just offloading ships, especially if there's a railroad going through it. Like, that would make sense if, apparently the dock workers union is still a decent power, according to Wildbow, in 2011, after 30 years or whatever, 20 years of decline or whatever. So, like, there's clearly still jobs. They're still capable of employing a significant amount of people. Even if there's no ships coming in, which would lend credence to my statement then, which means the author further doesn't know anything. And no one was surprised. Still, and some of the robber barons, captains of the high seas, and owners of the shipping lines had made the transition. Well, one. What? That's a sentence. Well, one. All father. Anders. He had turned a struggling shipping line that was doing more smuggling than shipping into a major pharmaceutical company. That's
Authoritarian anarchist.
That is not how that works in the slightest. A shipping company can't just be like, hey guys, we do pharmaceutical research now. That'd be like if UPS announced tomorrow, hey guys, we're laying off 100,000 employees in every single state. Also, we make Advil now. Everyone getting my point about how little fucking sense that makes?
One of
I
these
think we
things
got
is
it
not
the
like
most.
the other.
Listen, IC's already come up with a term for it. This person is
Authoritarian anarchist. I know, I saw.
Authorchist.
Authorchist. Yes, he's an authorchist. Well, since he was already in the drug trade from his smuggling, it wasn't a leap to become Big Pharma. Okay. Still, kudos. Again, that's a sentence. I just want to let that be clear to everyone. Unfortunately, he was a neo-Nazi bastard who triggered late in life, or he was old enough he might have been a straight-up Nazi. It wasn't like the Nazi Party didn't exist in America. It really didn't. It was exceedingly minor, author. Like, exceedingly minor. Like, smaller than the Ku Klux Klan minor. And they're pretty fucking small these days.
KKK.
So, it's an American branch, and it was headquartered in Andover, New Jersey, for God's sakes. I mean, that might actually be true. Or had a camp there. Actually, yeah, it was a camp. So the headquarters was actually a camp? A concentration camp, or just a bunch of tents set up that had the Nazi symbol on them? Because there is a distinction there. The German-American Bund. Yeah, that was it. They had some camps in Pennsylvania and New York too. Well, until the Second World War at least. Then his neo-Nazi bastard children trigger. I mean, they're probably not bastard children. They're probably just children for assholes. The daughter, Iron Rain, a true bitch, got whacked. mean, kudos to you for using proper terminology of the Northeast, but Jesus Christ, awful. But the son, Kaiser, inherited the empire, literally Empire 88. Fucking Nazis. I'm getting a phone call. You can continue where I left off.
Indian, go!
About what?
Indian,
guys-
I choose you!
You're
I mean, that
making
would be
this
extremely
worse.
effective. I
Oh,
just kill everything.
How many fucking Pokemon jokes do I have to make?
Quite a number of them.
thank you, Wisely, for your input.
Well, alright.
I decided that one beer wasn't enough, so I grabbed the 4-pack.
I don't think I should be doing that here, because, like, that can be taken as openly racist. But then again, I am Indian. Do I do the tech support?
Do you?
I don't know. Should
Oh,
I?
Jesus, Pedro. Why does this chat like to escalate so much? Why do you attract people like this, Sneaky?
Because I am
Something-
people like
something
this.
disturbing.
Anyway. Max Anders ran Medhall. Like everyone didn't know he was obviously Kaiser. I mean, no. No one knew. This was a surprise to literally everyone.
Yeah, that's kind of the point, actually.
Author, your headcanon is literally trash.
Like, it's actually really important, because if everyone knew that a medical company was run by a Nazi, I don't think anyone would go there.
Well, I mean, people go to Planned Parenthood.
Oof. Okay, you got that one.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know anything about Planned Parenthood.
Oh, Planned
Other than-
Parenthood was started by a white
I would say,
supremacist
other
literal
than
Nazi.
what I know what it is.
Yeah. White supremacist literal Nazi whose goal for Planned Parenthood was to depopulate the black population from the US.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And guess who their biggest customer is?
Let's not.
Yeah. I'm just gonna leave that there.
Please do.
For once, Max, he did what we asked. He did not put his...
Rotten steel! Steel
You
doesn't
should
rot.
speak only when it is done.
What is this purple prose level meandering dumb shit?
It'd be
If
one
left
day,
unmaintained in a saltwater environment, it corrodes through oxidization. You
No,
just
they
spelled
said
that
they
wrong.
spelled oxidation correctly.
But did they?
It's oxidation.
Okay. Let's be real. Now, it had been enough years with enough storms that the oxidation had had enough time to work. A ship a week slipped beneath the waves, making the whole mess even worse. The remnant fuel oil spreading its sheen across the bay.
Okay, hold on a minute. That's not how that works. Like the insurance company would have at least had to have idled them in port long enough to burn out 99% of the gas. Or
Well, I
at
mean-
least, the stuff they didn't siphon out.
Not only that, like, they would face major fines if they didn't make sure to remove all the gas and oil.
Yeah. Also, here's the thing, right? These ships are presumably in anchorage. So them slipping beneath the waves isn't actually that big of a problem. The only reason the ship across the bay is a problem is because it's a navigational hazard and it's really hard to get out of the water. A ship that sinks in what is essentially a dry dock can be refloated really easily.
Yeah, and it's just...
And even if can't be refloated, it's still very easy to, as long as it's in the dry dock, haul it out of the water. It's kind of designed for that.
The author has picked. Well, I mean, the author didn't pick this, but we, the person who was born in Camden, and you, the person who was born in Chicago, are currently reading a fic trying to tell us how dry dock ships work. And it's like, no, you're wrong.
Look, as long as they don't start it on canals, I can't get too angry.
May your gotcha be rotten. May you only get 1 stars. Oogie googly. I cast my curse upon you.
You know, I'm pretty sure you cast that curse on me earlier today. Max, I'm up to 11%. I'm up to 11% on that stupid legendary banner I called quits.
Oh. I'm not even gonna lie. I've been pretty much ignoring Fire Emblem Heroes because I talked to you guys about Grand Chase before, right?
People actually.
Oh, what?
Much.
Grand Chase. It was a Korean MMO that came over here and then was
God,
closed
Grand
down
Chase!
a few years ago.
Holy shit! That was so long ago.
Yeah. Well, we got a legit sequel for it on a mobile game with actually really good gameplay.
Oh,
I think I
should
put
pick that up.
I think I put
You linked it
14
somewhere?
hours into it over the last 4 days though, so
You
I
linked it
might have a problem.
Hey, send me the link for that. I might try that.
Yes, I am. I mean, I'm already on MMO, so...
If you just go to the Google Play Store and look for Grand Chase, spelled exactly how it sounds, it literally just went live last week too. So
Anyway.
if you're gonna get on the ground floor, it's a good time.
Wasn't dying. It was dead. The sheen that was decomposition products. Taylor snorted. Yeah, let's be real. She tossed another flake of rust like a stone, smiling grimly as it skipped 4 good hops, then a million little ones curving to the right before plunging out of sight. That's not how.
No, that's not how Rust works.
Skin, the color of warm coffee? Yeah, if you like your coffee black and bitter. What the fuck is wrong with Emma?
That's
How
racist.
did I miss her going gay?
What?
What?
Uh-oh.
Where are we going with this?
Where are we going with this author?
Oh boy, where's this one going? Sneaky, I think for the first time we might have to put on the "Where's this going" banner.
I mean, I think the sin was appropriately chosen today.
No, Sneaky, this is decidedly going to get worse.
I mean, it can't get worse than this.
I mean, they could start saying
don't
kill
tempt
all the gays.
Figures that
Don't
all the
tempt me.
shit she talked, any idiot could see she wasn't really watching the boys, just imposing some kind of media-driven femininity on them.
No, media-driven dream on them. Nice try, Sneaky.
Smelly things that they are.
The media.
Bad manners and bad hygiene. This is still one dialogue box, by the way. Still, once you go black, I guess. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh no! Person's right up there.
This is Taylor, by the way, guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this is not, none of this
And
is
also-
Herbert. Literally none of this.
Hess does have a tight ass and nice tits, though. Gah, I've been
no.
infected by the media.
Yeah.
What
Author,
the
okay.
shit is going on?
Author, this is jokes that not even we're gonna make. You know, if anyone needs me, I'm gonna go build Exia. That's what I'm gonna do.
Taylor
very
looked
good idea.
around.
Don't break anything.
Taylor looked around.
Yeah, that's a bit of fragile kit.
Taylor
Oh God, for
looked
the love of God, don't cut the frame wrong.
I will literally mute all of you. Taylor looked around and manifested
Fuck you for not being a man of
bomb.
culture.
She snorted at the Browning pump action 22 caliber rifle. It was a great little gun, really, and it only took 70.
There's no such thing as a pump action fucking rifle.
Well, now there is.
I mean,
And you're part of this glorious.
I'm
Revelation.
just curious. Pump action.
yeah, no, I'm
Pumpkin
pretty sure it's
rifle.
actually a thing,
What?
dude. Yeah.
What?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
What?
It is possible to get a pump action rifle.
Well, you also got to keep in mind, dude. We're talking about 22.
Okay, yes, 22, but
Yeah, no, they exist. That's fine. I'm
I-
cool with
I
that.
stand corrected. Today I learned
Why?
pump-action rifles
Remington,
exist.
why?
Wait, what did Remington do? those
Magnum
card-
rounds in the
Oh,
22.
no.
Why is there 22 hologram from Magnum rounds?
For when you're 22 needs to actually kill something, Sneaky. Like a person.
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
not gonna lie, that sounds like, yeah, hey, I need some 22. Okay, what are you doing? Well, I'm hunting something bigger than a rabbit. I'm gonna stop asking questions now.
Oh, hey, here's some caseless. This is neat. I do like my match rounds. They're kind of really neat.
It's been a while since we've like had a weapon tangent.
You know what? I was wrong, and I will happily admit that.
You want one now, don't you?
I kind of
No, I still want the Model 97.
Oh, Model 97, yeah.
The trench gun.
Honestly, I
The
would
thing
settle.
the Germans wanted bad.
Honestly, I'll settle for a Remington 800. That's basically the same thing.
I mean, yeah, but
Oh, this trench gun. Oh,
Where? This kills too many of
yeah,
us.
the
Ban
FN,
it.
the FN-57. That was a pistol. That was a pistol. That fun fact: the P90 actually fires the same rounds. The P90 also, fun fact, will fuck you up.
And the P90 basically a laser pointer.
I still love like
I mean-
the invention of the P90 in the FN series. It's like, okay, they all use the same ammo. One can be turned into like a sniper rifle, a small shotgun, a grenade launcher under attachment, and the other's like a laser. Why?
Well, I mean, as I said before, like
Humanity,
basically the
why?
P90.
Well, I mean, Max, my favorite story is the first grenade launcher attachment.
Oh, I see.
Those things were glorious.
Anyway, it was a great little gun, and really, it only took 74 foot-pounds of energy and a good shot placement to kill a man with a headshot, so it was more than enough. Nothing on what she could manifest and control in a fight when she was ramping, though. That 75mm M116 out in the M1 carriage had freaked those merchants right out. Me too, really. That almost finished me off, and I had me piss myself.
Okay, so why does she
What?
have Miss Malicious power all of a sudden?
I don't know. Also, apparently, switching guns, like, tires her out. So it's actually Miss Malicious power, but worse.
Yeah.
Taylor
And-
settled into the swap-backed arm support position naturally.
Sway back.
Sway
not
back.
Swat backed.
Yeah. And worked through the 25 water rats seagulls on the wing before she let the gun go, and the Gerber Mark II appeared on her head.
Okay,
So
listen,
she-
author. Seagulls are stupid. They aren't that stupid.
Yes, I can confirm, seagulls do in fact know when you're shooting at them.
Yeah.
They're also assholes.
Oh, I love the Judge Revolver.
Oh, compared to Ibis, they're basically fucking angels. Don't you worry about that.
The Judge
Wait.
Revolver is one of the many things humanity has made that does not need to exist.
Oh, yeah, that was. I'm not gonna lie. First time I saw that fucking the gun that was based on it in Black Ops 3, I'm like, I wonder if I can get that gun in real. Why does this exist?
Well,
What,
you know,
Judge?
someone basically made it as a, I wonder if I can make Judge Dredd's gun. Oh, I can.
I feel like most weapons by humanity are like, I wonder if I can do this now.
I mean, well, why do you
you
think
know
Nick is
about
made?
the Smith and Wesson long barrel 50 caliber revolver?
Yeah, the Dirty Harry, right?
Yeah.
God, that thing's dumb. I love it. That Sneaky, show the stream that. It's so dumb, but I love it.
The barrel on it's huge.
I know, that's what I'm saying. The stream needs to see how dumb this thing is.
The model SW500. Oh, that's not the
More
biggest one.
SJW 500, I mean.
There has to be a bigger one. I remember a bigger one. That's still pretty big.
I would say that is still quite an excessive barrel.
yeah!
For a revolver. What is that thing? It
looks like Alabama.
It looks like a flare gun.
It's a snubbed 50.
It's a snoo.
Oh my god.
Oh, what?
Smith and Wesson, you need to stop. Oh.
I mean, I guess if you ever need to hold a tight corner.
It's called the backpack cannon. God damn it, Smith and Wesson.
That doesn't. Why does that exist?
Oh. Oh. God, that is so dumb.
The things we learn
Why
on this
is-
podcast.
Well, Max, I know what I want for Christmas.
I know what I literally cannot send you
Why
for
does
Christmas.
it have a firing break?
Yes, Max, you can. You're gonna believe in Bobby.
Come on, Max, send it to me.
It has a fucking brake muzzle. It has a bipod. I'm pretty sure that's a 5-time scope at least. Wait, Sneaky, that's a retractable bipod too. You can fold it up.
I know.
Damn it.
Freaking America. What if we do this, guys?
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, we've told the story of how the greatest American plane ever got invented, so...
Also, the fact that America was like, hey, what about 50 cal rounds? And then everyone was like, that's pretty cool. And then America was like, wait, we need something to beat 50 cal rounds. What about 20 millimeter rounds? But isn't that anti-aircraft ammo? Yeah, but now it's sniper ammo. No, America, stop.
And now it's rifle ammo.
How about what?
Oh, okay.
Oh god, that'd like break your arm.
Yeah,
It just
that's personal defense. Yeah, that's what we're gonna call that, Smith and Wesson. That's personal defense.
it is legally it is recognized as personal defense, but
Max, that means you could totally send me one in Illinois.
no.
Oh, come on, why not?
Oh.
No, you take the hit to your credit.
You know they're way easier to get in the South.
Be
You
that
mean-
as it
You
may,
mean
I'm
they're
pretty sure even I
easier to
would
get in
trouble
Vermont
for shipping
because
that.
there's literally no gun laws in Vermont?
Alright, Sneaky, you get me one then. I'll send you a check.
I'm not smuggling a gun into Chicago.
I'm not asking you to smuggle it. It's a personal defense weapon. That's like the only thing we're allowed to have.
Yeah, isn't that just a pea shooter though? Like Chicago law?
I mean, by Chicago, as far as I know, it's still gonna be fine. Because it's personal defense. It doesn't matter how excessive that personal defense is or how many cars I can destroy with it.
You shot my leg off! You were running at me!
You shot my car's engine block! Yeah, you didn't use a turn signal.
Oh, I wish. Sometimes. Anyway, let's back to the story.
It would be deserved.
Still at it, huh? Taylor leapt in the air, spun around, and landed in a crouch with a 1911 A1 in both hands. The girl behind her stopped the rest of the way down from the door-shaped hole. From the door-shaped hole in the universing... Wait, what?
Door-shaped hole in the universe. So there's a hole in the fabric of reality.
Oh,
That
door
is not
maker?
something you just play with.
Why is Cauldron involved?
Why is it someone that isn't Doorman? Or whatever his name
Tessa.
is.
Doormaker doesn't actually go through the doors. Yeah.
Right.
Alright, so my stealth shit works then. Wait, so...
Yeah, no, this isn't
she's got a
Contempt.
stealth car, okay. Fuck, Cheryl. As in, Squealer. Taylor glared at the girl. Cheryl grinned, then sobered. Still got man trouble, Han?
This is got mad trouble, huh? You better get these.
Look, I've lived in the Northeast almost my entire life. Literally not a single fucking person in existence up here says hun, unless it's your husband.
That is a southern thing. Thank you very much, Arthur.
I was gonna say, that
Learn
belongs
your
in a
fucking
southern
regional
diner?
dialects, you heathen.
And in Chicago, we just call you fucker.
I mean, if we're gonna freaking Northeast this, it'd be more like, still ain't got no dick yet, bitch?
If you got boy problems, I feel bad.
I went to school in Vermont. Can confirm.
Well, I'm not kidding about this.
But I mean, really, I don't know why that phrase ever got said in Vermont, given that UVM existed.
What? Oh, yeah, yeah. And South
They
House.
had a naked bike ride in Vermont.
Can't forget South House. Oh boy, it's 7 p.m. Oh, how do you know? Oh, well, South House has 5 police officers there again.
But to this day, Jensen's the only one that had a noise complaint from sex.
Jensen.
I felt so bad for that police officer. That poor lady.
No, I feel way worse for the police officer that had to deal with the guy who was on crack and naked, screaming his head off at 1 a.m.
I mean, but that's a fairly nightly occurrence in Vermont.
Men and their phallic objects of worship. Hey, Isley. Literally, cease. Anyway, my father isn't Skidmark, and well, she crossed
My
her now.
Skidmark isn't the father.
Empty arms under her breast, her singular breast, as the Gerber reappeared on her hip. Cheryl snorted.
You know, for someone who gets tired swapping weapons, you should probably slow down there, kid.
Yeah, I know, right?
Slow down.
Skidmark isn't Skidmark anymore since you blew his balls off. Tough fucker. It looks like he is going to live, though. Maybe.
His name is just Taint now.
It's taking a while, so we got a Nazi incursion. Want the help again? Taylor sighed. You would think the idiots would learn. I mean, they are not.
Are you?
Just
Look,
putting this out here.
Look,
They are Nazis.
If World War II and Russia is anything to go by, they do not have pattern recognition.
Like, I think that's a requirement to be a Nazi, is to not have pattern recognition.
Amongst other things. Like hatred for pretty much everything else.
Well, I mean,
Other than their own race.
I guess. I mean, you have Islamic Nazis. So, I mean,
It's Nazis.
it's kind of hard to, like, be like, oh, well, Nazis are white supremacists when you got, like, a shit ton of Nazi fans in the Middle East.
Nazi fans. I'm a fan of Hitler.
I mean, no, really, Mein Kampf is one of the best-selling books in Islamic areas.
That's more because they're
What?
like.
Yeah, no,
I'm really-
really. Mein Kampf sells exceedingly well in Islamic areas.
I mean, let's be honest. It's also one of the most high-selling books in India.
Is it really?
Yeah. But that's mostly because it's literally everywhere. You can't escape it. People are like, "Oh, your Mein Kampf is essential reading." I'm not shitting. You 10th grade, I had to read Mein Kampf.
Was there a reason behind
Yeah,
that?
I had to write a book review on it, but still, I had to read Mein Kampf.
I mean, were they hoping to teach you that, like,
no,
there are
no,
certain...
no. They're too dumb for underlying motivation. But
Seriously?
Just read Mein
Yes.
Kampf.
Just read it.
Yeah,
That's
just
it.
read it.
Like,
yeah, you should
there's no,
definitely
like,
read
hey,
it.
we want you to understand how horrible this mindset is.
Nope.
Or, like...
Read Mein Kampf. 30 grades on this.
I mean, here's the thing, right? Like I can understand when a school's like, we're going to have you read this, or we're at least going to have you read excerpts of it so you can see just how fucking nuts this dude was. And why trench warfare should never, ever, ever be allowed to come back.
Yeah, anyway. Cheryl shrugged, continuing to ignore punctuation. I think they can't tolerate a gang led by a woman, especially a race traitor woman.
Weed gang, rise up.
Wait, when did Squealer start reading?
Okay, I presume they're trying to subtly get across the fact that Taylor either joined the Merchants or Taylor took out Skidmark and then joined the Merchants.
Apparently she's a mercenary for the Merchants.
She's a mercenary.
Also, Taylor nodded, even though you cleaned the Merchants up. Even though you got all those people who are part of the Merchants addicted to hardcore drugs that literally kill you in withdrawal to stop taking them.
Also, like, that's kind of their only revenue stream, so have fun running a broke gang.
Cheryl shrugged, again ignoring punctuation. Me and the girls, but okay. The ABB are prepping again, too. Taylor smiled. Lung comes out, I might finally get to fly. A-10 or C-130? You win that howitzer, I'm betting C-130 gunship.
Oh, it's one of those military nerds.
Okay. A C-130 over a civilian look, even an A-10 over a civilian area, you will be shot down so fast.
Yeah.
And this is in Jersey.
No, it's in Mass.
Boston. Right, Massachusetts. Well, no, but Massachusetts still has Air Force bases.
Yeah.
And even if Massachusetts for some reason doesn't in this universe, you're on the coast.
I mean, New Jersey would scramble pretty fucking quick still, so.
But that's what I'm saying, like, because I know isn't there one in there's for sure one in New York. Isn't there one in Vermont?
Yeah, there's several in Vermont. There's a couple in both North and South Jersey, and there might be one in New York.
But that's my point being, one shows up, an A-10 or C-130 shows up over a civilian city just out of nowhere.
Yeah,
like,
you
fighters, jets
bet.
will be there from Vermont in
you can
seconds.
bet. They'll be scrambling.
Because they drill, response time's probably, what, a minute 30 from Vermont to Boston?
Around that, yeah. I mean, they drill at least once a week.
Yeah, I know. We heard them go over our apartment block.
Yeah.
And here's the problem with that. A C-130 or an A-10, sure, they're perfectly fine, but they're not modern military. They will be eaten alive by a modern jet.
Also, not only that, like, the main problem here is, like, oh, Lung's gonna come out. So I want to I'll probably it's gonna be an A-10, because as far as I know, you can pilot that solo. But, like, how is she gonna fire a C-130? How is she gonna take off a C-130? Like,
she's gonna become the thing herself.
Even if you just manifest it in midair,
yeah.
You can't do anything with it. And the A10 is a terrible, terrible choice.
Against
Because-
personnel. Yeah.
Because A, anti-personnel. B, you will kill way more people than you will have a chance of hurting Lung. Like for someone complaining about how their town is going to hell, they're like, yeah, I'll just manifest a gunship over it.
I'll just manifest collateral
Isn't that-
damage. That's my superpower, just collateral
Isn't
damage.
that the American way, though?
Excuse me, sir. External collateral damage is called acceptable casualties.
Yeah, you do have a point.
Oh, okay, Sneaky, I think you're forgetting about Sherman's march to the south.
Look, that was outside of the U.S. at the time, okay? They declared
No,
independence.
No, remember,
They
we
declared
didn't acknowledge that.
You named the tank after them.
We didn't acknowledge it.
You named a tank after him.
No, I mean the fact that they succeeded. We were like, nah, you haven't.
Yeah.
We totally have. Oh, Sherman.
Sherman.
Actually, no, they wanted Sherman far away from
They
everything,
wanted
if I remember
Sherman as
correctly.
far as fucking
They're
away
like,
as
hey,
possible.
Sherman, what? You go over there?
Sherman, we got great news for you. What? We need you to take the Rocky Mountains. We think they're coming from the west. Alright, got it. So 2 years later.
And then
guys,
somehow
I
he
burned
ended
down
up...
Atlanta. Wait, what?
I love the fact that as he's like he marched, like he didn't just burn, he burned so much, and at no point...
He burned from Austin to Atlanta.
That's a lot of burning.
And at no point were we able to get him a letter or a message saying, what the hell, man?
Guys, I took Atlanta. You fucking what?
No, it was, guys, I surrounded Atlanta. Awesome. Guys, I ordered an evacuation of Atlanta. Wait, what? Guys, I burned Atlanta to the ground. God damn it.
No?
Fucking Sherman, man. Oh, he basically invented modern war crimes.
Well,
First,
first,
he made the Geneva Convention.
he invented total war.
Yeah,
He
kind of.
literally pioneered total war.
Yeah.
Just another gift America's given to the world.
But don't worry, guys. We prototyped it on ourselves first.
I mean, we did.
That's how you know it works.
And when people complain that America's never been nuked, I would point you to Nevada.
Wait, did you just do all the nuke testing in Nevada?
Oh, we did so much nuke testing in Nevada.
Okay,
Yeah.
Sneaky. Pull up the pictures of the Nevada testing site. They need to see this.
No, they can look it up themselves. So basically, nuke testing got so prevalent in Nevada that on the Vegas Strip they were literally selling tickets to the best spots to watch it every week.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like,
What
if you
happens
look
in
at the
Vegas
craters
stays in Vegas unless it's Hiroshima or Nagasaki.
or horrible radiation poisoning. But no, if you go and you look at it, there are hundreds of craters. They tested a lot of nukes.
Oh my god, there are so many craters in just this one fucking picture.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
took me a moment.
Like,
I'm like, that's weird.
We
What's with this
tested a lot of nukes.
price?
Guys, we
I
tested...
mean, that's one way to landscape.
Yeah,
Oh.
guys, we tested them very thoroughly before dropping them on other people. Now, granted, we tested them in Nevada.
With live human subjects who did volunteer to see
Yeah.
the effects of the radiation.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's like, oh, it doesn't seem to hurt them too badly. And then fast forward years later when we find out what radiation poisoning actually does to you.
And we're like, ooh,
Oops.
ooh,
My
we should
bad,
not have done
guys.
that.
I'm bad.
Oh, they made
sorry.
anime.
It's okay. We have anime now, though.
Jesus.
I mean, look. Objectively speaking, the bombing of Tokyo was way worse.
Oh, yes, no, the firebombs were a lot worse. I like that we technically swept a really bad war crime under the rug with a slightly less worse one.
I mean, I don't think the Japanese are for
That was the real reason why we nuked the Japanese twice. So we wanted to make sure no one remembered the firebombing of Tokyo.
Because a bunch of American generals went, hey, that city's made out of wood, ain't it? Really old wood.
Hey guys, I just found Sherman's playbook. I'm not
Oh
sorry.
dear.
I'm not sorry for that at all.
Oh dear.
Somewhere during the firebombing of Tokyo, the ghost of Sherman was very happy.
The ghost of Sherman goes stronger.
Yeah!
Anyway,
Tiki, with every war cry, the ghost of Sherman grows stronger.
anyway,
Stop
so
that.
blah blah blah. Taylor can manifest tanks as well, and if you hadn't manifested that tank, I wouldn't believe you know how to work those vehicles. Taylor smiled as she climbed into the truck and shut the door. I only held it for a few minutes and slept for 2 days. Cheryl laughed. Yeah, after eating a Challenger, then you got up and ate another one. Bob is going to bar you. Taylor sighed. I know.
Challenger?
So the Challenger is a burger in the Wormverse from the Fugly Bob's restaurant.
Oh, right, I remember now.
It was the burger that was the size of a plate.
Yep.
Which, by the way, if anyone ever goes to Vegas, highly recommend the Golden Nugget Challenge Burger. It is exceedingly delicious, and it's like $16. Which, for a burger that's 5 pounds, is really good. Don't ever look that up. Yeah. Yeah,
Like-
the Anarchist Cookbook is basically, like, defunct.
Which is a shame, because like there was some really fun stuff in there that was not like horribly larcenous.
I mean, it's not like it's hard to figure out how to make thermite, napalm, RDX, or nitroglycerin. Just, you know.
Well, my personal favorite was that it told you how to make your own napalm, which, I mean, it
It's not
technically
like that's
isn't
hard.
that dangerous.
You literally take gasoline and styrofoam. It's not a complicated
No,
process.
Sneaky. You're forgetting the dangerous part where you have to boil the gasoline.
I mean, it's not that dangerous. Just make sure you don't set it on fire.
Yeah, but Sneaky, like, you're forgetting you need to be in a properly ventilated space, too, for multiple
no
reasons.
shit. But
I'm
it's
just
like,
saying.
But like the thing here is like you also have to melt RDX, which is the main thing in the TNT and C4. You have to melt that to get TNT and C4. And nitroglycerin, which is dynamite, is exceedingly unstable.
Oh, nitroglycerin is far and away the most dangerous.
That if it ever gets hotter than like negative 275, it might explode when you're making it. So, honestly, of all of them, the most stable is thermite. The second most stable is doing napalm. We're just getting on all the lists, Nexus. We're just getting on all the lists.
I mean, we're already on a lot of lists. We're on a lot of lists, guys.
God damn it. Anyway, so, blah, 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 blah. Some people would wax poetic that she had, about what she had done to over 100 gangers, the Skidmark, Hookwolf, Oni Lee, especially Hookwolf. The bright pure white fire, she literally used white phosphor on Hookwolf.
That wouldn't do anything to Hookwolf.
White phos? Yes, it would.
If he had time to turn himself into a giant ball of metal, not really. Like, yes, it would still be horrible, but Yes,
Doesn't
Sneaky,
Vice-
I'm aware
doesn't
of what
Vice-
Vice Phosphorus does.
You gotta keep in mind,
but
White, that he still has his ball of flesh that is his core at the center of his being.
Right, I forgot about the ball. Yes, that
Yeah.
would get him.
So he would literally become a freaking, like, oh. Interesting.
Yeah. But doesn't that chew through tank armor?
Yeah. Yeah, it does in fact counter tanks.
Oh, never
yeah.
mind.
Yeah,
Carry on.
Because I was like, I thought white phosphor was like banned because aside from the ethical question, it also just chews through everything.
The main reason why white phosphorus
It's like-
is banned is because it kills exceedingly painfully and slowly.
Oh, I'm aware, but like it also doesn't help that it literally chews through
Oh
everything.
yeah, and there's no defense against it.
Yeah, I was just saying. Well, I was just saying that's actually where most of the ethical questions come from, because like the killing slowly and horribly is kind of a problem, but it's not actually the biggest problem. The biggest problem is like if you shoot white phosphorus over a city, there's no like limiting that. Congratulations, you just ate through like 5 skyscrapers and killed like 1,000 people.
Well, no, hold on there.
I understand I'm exaggerating a little.
You
but,
have to be
like,
shooting at a lot of white phos to do even that.
Yes, I know. I'm just saying, like, oh, we missed. It hit that skyscraper. Guess we're burning through a bunch of skyscraper.
Yeah, like that's the other problem is it can burn for hours, and yeah,
It can quite literally burn holes in the ground.
there is some countries in certain places that I will not mention because that would get our stream shut down. But they use white phos and they ignore the Geneva Convention about it. And I have negative respect and empathy for anything that happens to them. Because they use it on a hospital, by the way. They fired at a hospital with it.
Oh, good.
Yeah. But anyway, that was the second time she manifested the Packhauser in its spindly wheels. Nobody on PHO said how rickety it looked, though. Even that hadn't killed him, though. Even the white phos hadn't killed Hookwolf. My asshole.
No, author. We just had a discussion about this. White phos chews through everything. I don't think organic metal is going to make that big of a difference.
It wasn't just Hookwolf. It wasn't like she only fired it at Hookwolf. She fired at apparently a large cluster of people that had Hookwolf in it.
That is not okay.
Hey, bright side, recruiting for the gangs was way down and wearing colors was verboten. Hey, hey, hey. That would never happen. As a person who lived in Philadelphia and Camden for periods of time, well, yeah, that wouldn't happen. It literally took the National Guard rolling in with M1 Abrams to quell the gangs in Camden for like a week. And then they had to pull out because they started getting hit by the gangs.
Yes, and then they came back and hit the gangs harder. Let's not forget that.
Well, yeah, but the gangs also then killed 2/3 of the police force. And the other third resigned.
Yeah, and that just pissed off the U.S. Army.
Like, shit got out of hand, okay?
I'm not saying it didn't. I'm just saying the problem is they were too dumb to realize they were picking a fight they could not win.
I mean,
Hey guys, let's go piss on the U.S. military. This can't go badly.
I mean, I don't know. They got a hold of RPGs, so I think they were fairly confident about their odds.
But Sneaky, an RPG does nothing. A modern U.S. armored vehicle laughs at an RPG.
I know.
Literally laughs at it. That's not
So,
even talking about what an upgraded Abrams does.
That
The
was
up-
a
upgraded Abrams
wild
just go-
month, okay? That was a
Yes.
wild month.
I'll grant you that.
Oh, what's that? Gang members of RPGs! Why are there APCs rolling through the streets? What the hell is going on? God damn it. Oh. Well, at least that's what the mainstream news told us what was going on. I never saw it for myself because I wasn't that dumb to go look. So, for all I know, it might have been fake news. Anyway, people didn't know fuck about weapons.
Yeah, just like this author, just no fuck about military planes.
Not
Carry
just
on.
the stupid cunthole liberal reporters calling self-propelled howitzers tanks. I mean, SPGs are fairly close to tanks.
Like, look, I can quite easily understand how the modern human would confuse a self-propelled gun with a tank. It's like if you ask the average person what's the difference between a tank hunter and a tank, they're gonna be like, there's a difference? Because there almost isn't one. The difference is the amount of money you have.
Basically.
And the
What
amount of
else
plates
can
you can strap
expect
to
from
it.
all that money wasted by their parents on college, where the liberal professors blotted free thought from their minds and replaced it with socialism? I don't know if this person's trying to parody being a gun-toting patriotic right-winger.
Like, I feel like they're trying to be like a gun nut. Like, what's the stupid, like the gun
Fair enough.
otakus from those dumb animes?
They're not doing a good job.
No.
No, the bangers too.
Wait. A bunch of gang members don't actually know what to do with a gun?
I mean, yeah.
As a Chicagoan, I'm just shocked. It's not like we don't have a long tradition of mobsters having no idea what they're doing.
German woman picks up white phosphorus round that then explodes in her pocket.
Ew.
What?
No, the bangers too. One told her an AR-15 was a 308. Author, you know you can rechamber that, right?
In fact, that's one of the most popular modifications for an AR-15.
Any dick knew that was an AR-10. And the AR-15! You can rechamber that!
I was going to say, in fact, it's one of the most popular modifications because most people go, I don't actually need 5.56
Actually,
because I'm hunting deer.
most people actually chamber it down. One of the most popular modifications for the AR-15 is actually 22 LR.
Oh, I mean, yes, the most popular is the 22 LR, but like 308's not far behind it.
No, it's not.
Because again, very few people are like, I want to hunt a deer with a 5.56 because that's not going to ruin my meal.
A compromised cartridge, which had managed the test of time, oddly enough. I mean, yeah, they are actually correct on that, but they probably just stole that from Wikipedia. Millions of dollars of Defense Department research was not wasted. Excuse me. Defense Department research is never wasted because now we have railguns, which have an effective range of literally countries.
Well, I was going to say, they're forgetting the fact that actually a bunch of development money was in fact wasted. Do you know why? Because a bunch of people went, 7.62 is inhumane. I'm not saying they're wrong. So then they were like, I guess we gotta spend a bunch of money to find something almost as good.
For once. And she had shot him with one of each. One in every lung, so he would know the difference.
one sneeze bug. Oh my god.
So people said shit and didn't know shit. Same shit, different day then.
Why do they seem to think that Taylor, like, curses like a sailor?
Not even a sailor, just your average high school student. Because she didn't. Anyway, she frowned. She might have hung around Cheryl when she was drying out too much. Picked up some real colorful language. Taylor stood up. That's how that works. Taylor stood up, flipping the hatch out of the way, and grabbed the spare grips of the
Spade
grips of the M134 that formed in a convenient pintle on the ring mount. She leaned back and twisted at the waist, screwing the ring mount around and spun up the barrels. Tapping the trigger for less than half a second spun up the feeder delinker and sent 50 rounds scything through the crowd of Nazis and put the rest to flight. Wait, what?
I don't think any tank has a
When did the
multi-barrel.
Nazis show up?
I would say I'm near certain that no U.S. tank has a multi-barreled machine gun. Right? Like, Sneaky, I'm not crazy, right? Like, I've never heard of a variant of the Abrams that has a multi-barreled machine gun. Especially not on a freaking pintle mount.
Pintle mount minigun tank.
If it is, it's a rotary barrel.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think we know.
No.
Definitely not from World War II.
No. No, that's old. No.
Yeah, like I said, because of the way tanks are designed to work, they don't have rotary or multi-barrel weaponry.
I don't. I honestly don't know. Do U.S. tanks even have pintle mounts?
No! Like, as far as I know, all they have, like, a couple of them have, I think maybe a few have 50 cals, but most of them
Yeah, they
don't.
do have turrets, but pintle?
I don't think.
The
Maybe
Sherman
one or
might
two?
have. I think the Sherman, one version of the Sherman had a pintle.
Okay, well, Sneaky, one version of the Sherman, there were like 7 billion of those. We made ones that floated. We made ones that made bridges. We made ones that beat the earth with chains for anti-mine duty.
Yeah.
That's still my favorite version, by the way. Just because of how dumb it is.
No, that's not pencil. Wait, maybe is this a truck? Maybe? Because those are turrets. That's not pencil.
I was going to say, no, that wouldn't be on a truck, because then it would be a technical.
Oh. The M1 Abrams apparently did have a pencil mount on it at one point.
Okay.
When?
I don't know, but listed under secondary armaments is 7.62 and 240 machine guns, pintle mounted and coaxial.
Okay, yeah, so Tension and Nexus. Basically what's going on here is that Taylor has Miss Militia's version has a Miss Militia version of power, but she can also summon vehicles, but the summoning of any weapon actually takes energy from her. And I don't think she has an ammo count. I think it's just infinite ammo. Yeah, The only thing for rotary pintle mounts I can find is helicopters and cars.
Found a single pintle mount on the M1 Abrams, and that's it.
But I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying where in God's name would you stick a pintle mount
But
on the M1?
Is it rotary? Like, that's the important part, because apparently this is a rotary. A 50 caliber rotary.
Could you? What paragraph is it in?
She leaned back and twisted at the waist. The ring mount around. Wait, said.
M134.
Yeah, the M134. Wasn't as touchy about ammo as the real ones, or her power just made good ammo for it.
Didn't they mention like 2 paragraphs up that they were getting in a truck?
Yeah.
No, they got in a car.
No, they got
Like a car that could go invisible.
Okay, yeah,
got
that's right. It is a technical. Okay.
Yeah, no, Sneaky, I said it had to be a technical, like, because as far as I know, barring what Mac's saying with one example of a pintle mount being on an Abrams, which I don't know where you would stick that.
Probably on the hatch somewhere. Or near the hatch. I didn't design the damn thing, so I don't care, but no, they're still in a truck, I think.
Yeah, they're in a technical.
Yeah, there was no mention of a tank. Where'd you guys get the idea of a tank?
I don't know. The part where she was talking about popping in the hatch.
Yeah, like
Flipping the hatch out of the way.
That's not a tank exclusive thing.
I know.
No, it's not, but it is a very few vehicles have a hat. Like, so what that means is, how do you say that? What that means is this isn't even a truck. It's not a truck. What this is a modified Hummer. That's what this is. It's still a technical, but it has to be a modified Hummer.
That would make sense then.
Because because there's no way like a truck.
I love how we had to spend time to actually figure out what the author is trying to describe.
And here's the thing, right?
I mean, I'm blaming part of this on the fact that you guys have abysmal reading comprehension.
I mean, I do. This is a fact.
It doesn't help that one of you's drunk.
I was gonna say, no, here's the thing. I have excellent reading comprehension when I can be asked to pay attention.
And that doesn't help your case.
I'm not saying it does. I'm saying I don't care about this author's work.
Anyway, so, blah, blah, blah. She's shooting her gun a bunch. One way her power was different from Miss Militia, she guessed. If she kept weapons manifested, it became a real gun instead. And now she had a basement full of pistols and assault weapons, and Cheryl's girls, apparently the merchants is now female only, were armed to the teeth. Everyone got Gerber Mark IIs with a near monomolecular edge.
What? Why would you need that on a gun? Also, Matt, I tried looking up pintle-mounted M1 Abrams. I didn't see anything, but that makes me Google being bad.
It's on the M1 Abrams wiki, specifically on their Wikipedia.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying I'm having trouble finding a picture of it.
Yeah, probably because it was just prototype, never actually deployed.
Oh, actually, no. I'm looking here. I'll just send you the fucking image.
Also, what?
Because I'm genuinely curious.
Monomolecular edges don't work unless you keep them
they fit a lot of shit on top of the Abrams.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, yeah.
New Sherman.
It's just right there. They fit a lot of stuff on that thing.
Oh, okay. No, okay. So they basically had to bolt a bunch of shit on. Okay, now I get it.
For everyone curious as to what we're talking about, this is the Gerber Mark II. So she's manifesting a shit ton of knives for everyone because reasons. It kept the male merchants real honest.
Man.
Well, after the girls trained up with them, at least, Cheryl took off after the Nazis and Taylor demolished
the coax too?
Yes,
I told you. Oh my god, they just shoved the coax slightly to the right. Jesus Christ, guys.
Yeah.
America.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot to mention, it has 2 mounts on it. One for Pintle, one for coax. My apologies.
Okay, Taylor nodded and let the M134 fade as she ducked back inside the truck and closed the hatch. Yeah, I'm real good. Cheryl grinned. You pervert, getting girl boners from Cordite?
I'm so confused.
This is America. Alright, so it's now 9 o'clock. Do you guys want to keep going?
No.
I mean, no, but these are supposed to be like 2-hour long. 2-hour
They are
long.
supposed to be 2 hour long, but if this keeps going, I'm gonna be drinking.
Don't you have to
You
go to work
already
tomorrow?
are.
I am. Well spotted. And yes, I do have to go to work tomorrow. I don't wake up with hangovers, though. I'm good on that part. My only problem is when I drink too much, I actually sleep. And that means I don't wake up in time. I think there's something wrong with me in that if I drink too much, I actually get good night's sleep. And I see that as a problem.
Well, no, like, I used to take a dose of NyQuil to help me sleep back in college for a 6-month period. You remember that time,
And
Sneaky. I talked
now
to you
he
about
takes
that.
a whiskey nightcap like a proper
But,
Suthner.
like, alcohol is just really good for helping you get to sleep if you know, don't get hangovers.
I was
Yes.
gonna say, well, not even if you don't get hangover. Like I know it sounds dumb, but all the times that like an old men talk about how they'd have a whiskey nightcap to help them get to sleep at night through their old bones, it really does help you sleep because it's a depressant.
Yes. You know what else is a depressant? This fucking story.
Indeed.
So, let's put it up to the vote in the chat. So, press 1 for more fix, please. And, press 2 for delete now.
Why would you let them vote? You know what's going to happen.
I don't know what's gonna happen. Oh, we have 11 people. You don't know what's gonna happen. Has chat voted? We have ones. A lot of ones.
I could have told you that.
Well, we have 3 ones.
That's 3 more ones than we have 2s. I can count. I did math. Oh. Too bad. Let's do more then. We already did worms, so let's. Hey! This one looks good.
Oh, well, now I know we're fucked.
Okay, so this is a Naruto groovy story with 2,500 favorites.
I hate you.
Have we looked at this one?
No, we have not.
Sure, because we don't get a lot of Latin titles. A lot of Latin-based titles. Are you sure?
Oh, I'm positive. Like, we might have seen this one before, and then we're like, no, fuck it, good night. You actually talked to this guy. Okay, well, next time you talk to him, tell him he's a shit. Piece of shit. Tell me he's a piece of shit for me.
Hey, some random guy on the internet says you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, damn straight.
And you know what? I was hoping with Latin it was going to be a 40k one.
No. Veritas Aquatas.
How many years of Latin, Sneaky? How many years of Latin for you to end up reading it on a shitty fucking
I'm pretty sure that means very faithful. Am I wrong there?
I don't fucking know. I didn't take Latin. I didn't waste my money.
Oh, damn.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's controversial calling learning a dead language a waste of time.
Hey, fuck you. Now I know a little bit of Spanish and French.
Ooh.
Are you okay there, Sneaky? Is the alcohol starting to kick in?
Why?
Because you're starting to stumble over your comebacks a little.
Very equal.
Look,
Very
the
dumb.
only time Latin's useful is if you end up
Okay.
transported back in time to the Roman Empire.
Verity and equity, truth and justice.
Try to read it in a South American accent. BR, BR, BR.
God damn it, Sneaky.
Dude, it's been so long since I've even heard a Brazilian. I don't even know what they sound like anymore.
They sound like normal fucking people.
No, they don't. They're Brazilian.
I have a Brazilian. I hate you. I had a Brazilian live with me for 4 years. They sound like normal fucking people.
Don't be silly, Atin. Brazilians are people.
Oh, it's getting worse and worse.
It's been a while since I read their stuff. Yeah, well. Truth and justice. 2 words that are forever intertwined after they were first brought together. That is absolutely false. Author, you're wrong. Beacon Academy. A place where the future hunters and huntresses... Actually, it's just huntsmen. Get it right, you fucking fan and cuck. Are trained to fight the evil Grimm. Grimm aren't evil. They aren't evil.
They aren't any more evil than the Tyranids of the Zerg. Well, I guess once Kerrigan starts running
No,
them.
no,
but-
Tyranids and... No, like, literally, Grimm are no more evil than a bear attack. Because they're not being directed by Salem. She's just like, yeah, go and do stuff, guys. And then they just fucked off to her tower. Like, she's not directing them.
Yeah.
Actually,
Grimm are literally just super bears and super wolves killing people.
yeah, they just kind of exist. They're just there.
They exist to make people into snacks.
In fact, I'm pretty sure, at the very least, like, Volume 6 has a bunch of implications that actually she doesn't control them. Like, there's the Seers, and that seems to be it. That seems to be the only thing she controls.
Well, also she can apparently control creepy hands from the earth.
Yeah, I'm gonna attribute that to the Eldritch Abomination thing, though.
I mean, possibly.
Also, Grimm are manifested physical representations of darkness. Not evil, darkness, if Season 6 is to be believed.
But who knows? By the time Season 7 rolls around, it might not be.
Remember when it started out as literal physical manifestations of humanity's negative emotions?
Yeah, and that was good.
I miss those days.
Yeah.
Back when it sounded like Dark Souls.
Remember when Salem and Ozpin weren't sexual relations? I do.
I remember cracking jokes about it, and I'm
Okay, it doesn't matter that this story was started in 2015. The Grimm were literally never evil. At no point in time in Ruby's development were Grimm ever evil. Ever. Like, oh, they're manifestations of humanity's hatred, maybe, or something like that. Okay, well, they're still not evil. They are still fundamentally not in the category of evil.
Yeah.
I fucking hate people so much. However, this isn't your average high school, and these aren't your average students. Actually, Beacon's more sort of like a college because it starts.
I was
when
going to say,
they're
it's a
17.
college prep school is what it is.
No, it goes from 17 to 23.
Yeah.
21 to 21. Sorry.
I don't even think we. For all we know, it does go to 23. I think the furthest. Actually, we've never even seen past second year.
Well, okay, but we know that it's a 4-year thing, assuming they start letting people in at 17.
Actually, no, I don't. Oh wait, yeah, no, we do, don't
Yeah.
we? He does say 4 years, doesn't he?
Yeah, and Ruby's
Right.
15. Yeah.
Yeah. It was in Ozpin's speech, wasn't it? For the next 4 years. I always forget about that part.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So, yeah. Look out, Beacon! Naruto's Maki is coming for you. Rated T for humor and mild scenarios.
Are there any good... Hey, you know what? I bet we could make Max suffer if we looked for Devil May Cry and Ruby.
Yeah, but I don't know Devil May Cry at all. So I wouldn't be able to do anything about that.
Dante is cocky and makes innuendo jokes. Congratulations, you understand Devil May Cry. Also, Dante's obsessed with his mother, and that's why he's dating a woman who was designed to look like his mother to get him to fall in love with her. Don't think about it too long.
I really do need to play through that game series, but
They're fun as hell.
Wait, Max, so you're a fanboy for Dante, but haven't actually played any Dante?
never said I was a fanboy. Atin's assuming shit.
Well, Atin does that a lot.
Yes, I do. Just like you.
Excuse me, sir. I prophesize, not assume.
Yeah? Well, hopefully what happens to you, hopefully your ultimate fate will be like the Prophet of Truths.
My ultimate fate is to become Cassandra.
No, you strike me more as the Prophet of Regret. Eaten by a creepy space alien.
Anyway, longest flight ever. A young man groaned as he knocked his head against the metal interior of the airship he rode in. Fuck you in the airship you rode in. He crossed his arms over his chest and hung his head when he heard no reply. I never should have stopped for that bull. Figures though two jerks would run off without me. The teen looked up as a blond boy that wore interesting armored jackets similar to his own, without the awesome hood, and with a different symbol he noted, rushed past him to the back of the airship with his hands over his mouth. So he's stealing John's look? Okay. The teen arched his own golden brow, while his blue eyes twinkled in amusement. I would never. I would. Jesus Christ! We're already 2 paragraphs into this story. I don't think I have enough alcohol in my system.
I was just saying, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Naruto never deliberately took pleasure in watching someone else suffer.
Oh, really?
No, Naruto would probably be over there offering him some like motion sickness medication.
And trying to tell some really bad story about how one time he saw someone who might have had motion sickness.
But then he became their friend, and they got through it with the power of friendship.
More or less.
I don't even think Storytime would be involved.
Not looking on the bright side of things, he said with a snicker. He slid down and crossed his legs in front of him, where they stuck out into the aisle, and interlaced his hands behind his head while he looked up at the ceiling. Is it? Yeah, that's the ceiling. Still, though, I hope those two aren't trying to kill each other. After all, I need one for pranks and the other for homework. Said no Naruto ever. Someone near him let out a small laugh, and he looked over at the amused redhead with bronze and red armor that revealed her prime physique. He grinned at her and
What is
gave
she,
a friend.
goddamn slab of ribs?
Yes. In this, Naruto is a pervert super prankster with ADHD and retardation. Oh.
What the fuck? That's not how this works, author. That's not how any of this works.
I mean, like, look, for as shit as my Naruto Ruby story was, I at least set up how Naruto ended up in the Rubyverse and somewhat gave an inkling as to why he's even marginally different from canon Naruto. It was also stupidly durable and has a healing factor. Is the Kyuubi a thing? The girl seemed to freeze for a moment before she shyly waved back. I swear to fucking God, author, if you're like, oh my god, Pyrrha wants his dick now because he waved at her.
I mean, that's what's gonna happen. You made your own. Your story makes fun of that phenomenon.
Well, attention, Naruto really is not a pervert.
Well, to an
Per-
extent.
Well, no, like, he did peak on women, but that was specifically so he could, and his magazine, specifically so he could make a genjutsu that was anti-pervert.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, yes, he was anti-perversion to the point of always giving Dry a shit for it constantly.
To be fair, a large number of times the reason he gave Jiraiya shit was because Jiraiya was like, I'm gonna go look at boobs instead of teaching you how to be a ninja. And he's like, God damn it, can I get someone who will just fucking teach me?
He bangs Yang in this, not Para. Fair. Held out when he tried to peek at Sakura in part 2.
what? I don't remember this in the slightest.
I mean, maybe in like a dumb Hot Springs episode, but like, I don't remember that ever.
That happened.
I'm trying to remember. Of course, it's been so long since the start of Shippuden.
Like, the only, like, interaction that I remember...
Which
Sasuke?
Sasuke arc?
There are
It's
many
6.
Sasuke arcs.
Are you talking about the Sai arc?
Wait, like, Psionic? What?
No, Sai, the emotionless root boy.
Oh, right. That's
The one that went. Hey, Sai's a good boy when he got actual character development. You leave him alone.
When they
Okay,
were
well, you know
traveling-
what? I'm sorry. I didn't put up with
Okay,
Shippuden's
yeah,
bullshit
okay,
long
it
enough for
was
him
the
to get
Sai
development.
arc. Okay, so...
I don't remember this. Why don't I remember this?
But yeah, no, I legit didn't put up with it long enough for Sai to get character development.
Naruto
I
peeking
stopped
on
caring.
Sakura. Naruto steals Sakura's underwear? Okay, yep, yeah. Naruto peeked in on the girls' bathroom, supposedly. According to this video. But, I mean, okay, so that's literally one instance in 700 chapters that Naruto did something perverted.
I've actually got the synopsis pulled up, and it was very quickly stopped by Yamato being like, "Yo, you know that she's Tsunade's apprentice, right?" And Jiraiya nearly was killed when he tried this shit with Tsunade. So that happened one time with this character. That doesn't make him a pervert.
Well, no, I mean it does.
Well,
Oh,
no, not really. He was 16.
Atin, first off, that's normal at that age. Second, he's still an asshole for it. He's still an asshole for attempting it. That doesn't make you a pervert in that sense. It's not like it's not a reoccurring thing.
Okay, fair enough.
Like, he did it once, got chastised for it, was like, yeah, you're right, that is pretty dumb. And then it never happened again. So, that sounds a lot more like teenage kid being a teenage kid crushing on his since childhood crush. After being 3 years with a man who, as a profession, watches women in bathrooms.
And then writes books about it, and somehow has bestsellers.
He's just hiding it better. Look, you literally have no grounds to say Naruto is hiding it better. There is one instance when he is 16 where they have him peep, or not even peep, try to peep, in non-filler.
And all the rest of the times, he calls everyone else who spends all their time doing it a bunch of weirdos.
Well, not only that, you have the instance where Sakura is like, Naruto, I will literally fuck you. And
Wait,
Naruto's
what?
yeah, okay, so at one point, Sakura is concerned that Naruto is going to get killed going after Sasuke. And so she's like, Naruto, I have a confession to make. I love you. I will literally have sex with you. Don't go after Sasuke. And Naruto's just like, thought? You thought you could trick me? I know you're just trying to make me stop this, promise.
Well, to be fair, he's not wrong.
No, he wasn't wrong. He literally called her out on it, and she's like, yeah, you're right. But a pervert would not, in that moment of a woman coming up to him and going, yo, I literally want to have sex with you.
Like, right this second, let's go.
Be like, yeah, no, man, be gone, thought. I don't have time for you. Like... Kohanamaru does girl on girl. I mean, sexy.
What?
Juice. Okay, so
What?
Konohamaru, remember him? He's the
No,
grandson.
I remember Konohamaru, and I remember that Naruto taught him the sexy jutsu.
Right, and so he and his generic character lackey do a girl on girl sexy jutsu.
Oh, that's all. Okay.
Yeah. By the way, can I just say I like that to this day the most effective jutsu we've seen against men and women has been Naruto's sexy jutsu.
Well,
Because it's so fucking out of nowhere.
Considering that it's also not an illusion, an actual physical transformation, supposedly.
Yeah. Well, because that's how his transformation works. He pushes too much shocker or some shit by accident, so it makes it physical.
It wasn't that. I forget the exact reasoning, but didn't the Naruto guide say the sexy jutsu was a physical thing, and then in the anime they had a moment where he was poking them or some shit or whatever.
Okay, how about you just Max? You're the
don't
consultant.
know.
Consult the wiki.
But
That is
either
what
way,
you get paid for.
Either way, I would like to remind you that the sexy jutsu did in fact work on a god. Yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah, so they were fighting a god, and then Naruto's like, wait a second, guys, I got an idea. She's been sealed for literally 1,000 years, and so he transformed him and his clones into a bunch of really sexy naked guys. And the god got a nosebleed and stopped.
Yeah.
It actually works.
So Naruto used the power of thirst to defeat God.
Well, to distract her,
To
at
distract
least.
her, while he used the power of fist to defeat God.
I'm glad that Rogel Dorn's tradition was upheld.
I cast fist!
Or, I'm sorry, not Dorn's. That was Gullman, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Goldman had the power fist. Well, let me phrase that. The really special power fist that Daddy made him.
But anyway, that's enough. That's enough off topicizing.
No, it's not. We can definitely do better.
Okay,
Probably.
I can't actually find enough info on this thing on the wiki, but it would appear that transformations are all technically physical.
That raises
Naruto just
many
has, well,
interesting
Naruto has
questions.
an easier time because he has so much chakra to just shit out. Using the transformation technique apparently requires constant use of chakra, because Naruto has a
That makes
literal
sense.
metric fucking ton and a half.
He can just do it and then have his clones do it.
Yes, he can just keep it up.
But so then that raises multiple important questions,
Like,
none of which should be answered.
I do want answers. Is your
I
question,
don't-
can pregnancy happen?
I mean,
Because
at a
don't
baseline,
don't
yes.
worry, the fandom has you covered.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do.
Naruto teaches young people that fisting an older woman helps make the world a better place. I mean,
Technically correct.
that is technically correct. In this moment, the worst kind of correct.
But yeah, I mean, well, I'm sure the fandom has answered that question. There are much more important questions. If, since as Max says, it requires constant chakra, like 8 months in, chakra runs out. Then what?
I don't know. Who's to say you can't transform into a woman actively giving birth?
I'm not even going down this road. Like, my brain tried to start theorizing, and I'm just like, no. It's 9:23. I'm not staying up for 2 hours for stupid shit like this.
That's how you get male pregnancy. That's how you get ass babies.
I hate you so much right now.
Okay, my headset cut out. What the hell did I miss?
Nothing.
No, Sneaky,
Miss
what did I
nothing
miss?
of importance. Don't ask.
Sneaky, I'm asking.
Stop asking.
Oh, that's all? That's nothing special.
Oh,
Wait, why is Isaac saying I'm weak?
because you're weak.
No, I think Oz is confusing you for me again. I don't know.
Oh, his headset. My headset's trying to protect me. No, it's
Oh.
probably just being a piece of shit as usual.
Okay.
Don't worry, Ed. One day you'll have a laptop that works well with that headset.
I was so sad.
guess we're
I like how
saving
your
this-
laptop works perfectly with everything except the headset.
I guess we're saving this for next time.
Max, I was so sad. There was a fantastic laptop on sale yesterday on Amazon, but I had to be responsible and not buy it.
Okay.
It had a 1070, Max. A 1070.
All right.
How much was that on sale for?
It was on sale for $16.99.
No, thank you everyone for joining us
From
at this
what,
point.
20
We're
something?
clearly never gonna get to any of this.
Yeah, it was normally 20.
But I hope you all had a fun time here. So.
Like, it was a really good deal.
Anyway, check back in with us on Friday because there's always more and it always gets worse.